Hello, hello, everyone. I'm not sure when you'll get this. For those who don't know, I live quite rurally, and I don't have really great internet speeds in terms of uploading. So I would make more video content if it didn't take hours and hours to upload them. But I have another card, another herb that spoke really loudly. And if you haven't worked with plants in this capacity before, then you might not be aware that some plants are subtle and gentle and will sort of wait for you to be ready to hear their teachings and medicines, and other plants are really, really loud. And this one was very, very loud. So this was Blackberry. And when I pull these cards, let's see, it's not clearing up. There we go. So when I pull these cards, I ask for my community. I pull a card for myself, but then I'll pull one for the community. And then I tend to write, like I furiously write. If anyone does any automatic writing, you'll know what I'm talking about. So you'll see me looking down, that's so I don't forget anything. But the medicine of Blackberry is very interesting considering the times that we're sort of dealing with and navigating. And it talks about the allure and the beckoning that is experienced with Blackberry, right? It's very tantalizing, it's juicy, it's delicious, it's very tasty. But if you've never harvested blackberries before, you won't realize the thick, sharp, razor sharp bramble of thorns that is also a part of working with Blackberry. So sometimes we can head into situations where the exterior looks a particular way, or we're being told it looks a particular way, or we think it looks a particular way. And what's really underneath the surface is something else. And it can be essentially the metaphorical deal with the devil, right? And for those, again, who aren't aware, before I studied herbal medicine, I went to business school. So I am very aware, trained on how advertising works, and how it is only meant to show things in particular lights. And it, in many ways, is meant to deceive. Similar to Blackberry, right? Beckoning you forth with the promise of delicious berries only to come out scratched and bloody from, your adventures. And so Blackberry reminds us to be aware of this when it comes to our choices. And, we are often, promises are made, situations appear one way, but maybe really aren't that way. And have you been warned of the thorns that the potential situation you may be deciding to head into, or the choice you may be making? So remember the power of your choice, and remember that when you choose Blackberry, you choose the thorn. Every rose has its thorn, every blackberry has its thorn, and if this is what you choose, so be it. So be it. You walk into the situation armed fully, knowing exactly what you're heading into. But if the exterior package is designed to trick you, to persuade you, to appeal to particular senses, but perhaps isn't telling you the whole story, Blackberry reminds us not to be pushed, right? Not to be pushed into those circumstances. And there was another really beautiful, I'm taking it directly from the book and it's reversed, but I'm taking it directly from the book, but it reminded me of the story of Sleeping Beauty, and how when Sleeping Beauty was asleep in the original story, I believe it was the entire village was covered, but it may have just been her, in blackberry brambles. And so in a sense, providing us with protection. But that story also taught us that we had to wait for the prince to come, right? And you can be, it's similar to my last video. If you haven't seen that one, check it out. Be your own salve, be your own prince, okay? So know, heading into the situation, know what you're going into, know about the berries and the thorns, And just remember the power of choice is yours, and you don't have to wait for a prince. You can be your own prince as well. So I'll show you the card one more time, and hopefully that made sense. But like I said, Blackberry was loud, very, very loud, and wanted to share that message with you, that sometimes things are not always as they appear. And all we have to do is dig a little. All you have to do is pluck a few blackberries off of a bramble to know that there are thorns. So, you know, if you have a big decision coming up that, you know, appears a certain way on the outside, dig a little, see if you find some thorns. And if you do, and you're okay with it, then keep going. But if you're not, then at least you have all the information. So I hope this resonates with you. I hope you're all doing well. And, you know, thank you for watching, and sending you lots and lots of love.